Om Shanti. Baba today is talking about happiness. And we are living in a world where there is a lot of sorrow these days. Yes. And many people are going through personal loss. So, spiritually speaking, yes, nothing is lost, but many people are going through deep experience of loss. It could be one of you also. But the thing is, and you know what it is like to talk to someone who is in a state of sorrow or loss and tell them you have not lost anything. It is very difficult. So, I will tell you one. Uh, Many years back, I was in this situation where I was taking a session of kids and from aged between 9 to 13. So they were this young, and then I tried telling them about how you can create your state of feelings, and you think, and you can also stay happy, and then telling them that the toy doesn't matter, or whether your father drinks and misbehaves doesn't matter, or your there is domestic violence at home doesn't matter, and whether your teacher doesn't appreciate you, it doesn't matter. So, and the first day I talked about this stuff, and it was, and they just stared at me, like, um, and everybody wanted to just scream at me and tell me that why don't you tell this to our teachers and parents. so so that was the vibe. And then on the second day, I literally didn't have any courage to go and tell them these things. And that was many years back. And I realized that maintaining your own state of awareness, because I also started thinking, like, why can't these parents just have a little sense, and why can't they behave like parents, and why can't the teachers behave like teachers, and why do these children have to suffer? And this why started bothering me also. And then I didn't have the courage to go and talk to them tomorrow. And then I sat and meditated and pulled up the courage and somehow finished the session. But then I realized that Baba talks about staying peaceful and happy and knowledgeful as an act of courage. And it is an act of courage. If you are surrounded by vibrations that are full of fear and sorrow and blame and anger and criticism, and this energy of resistance about what is going on, it requires great courage to stay in this state where you really believe that everything is accurate, and you you be in your power. And because the important thing is, when you are a BK, Baba is not giving you so much of preference just for you to stay happy. So, when the government prefers doctors over others for vaccination in the beginning, or the law and order people for vaccination in the first round, it's because they have a purpose. So why is Baba giving so much of sustenance to us? Why are you getting a class every day? Why are you getting the help you're getting? And why are some souls not getting it even now? Because Baba wants you to serve those who are not getting it right now. So when you understand your responsibility and you understand that Baba is looking at you with a lot of hope that you turn out to be that child who, so you are a giver. So Baba says you are remembered as deities and givers. So you will not be remembered as a giver without giving. So there is something that you will do which will put you apart from. So when you come to the course and I tell you there are 33 crores deity souls, and then you are one of them and the others are not those deity souls, so you are happy about it. But then what is it that sets you apart from others? And why is it that God is nurturing you and sustaining you? There is a purpose, there is a reason for it. And what is the reason? So that you not only become so powerful that you are able to stay happy, but you should have so much of the light of happiness and peace and power in you that when you are in that state of awareness, then the atmosphere you create, the words you speak, the actions you perform are filled with that energy and you can give it to others. And in the Murli, Baba says something very interesting today. Baba says that the world is very degraded. And I like this word fragile. So when something is very degraded, it is very fragile. And when it is fragile and it is held up through support. So when you just think about something, some cup or some utensil you have, and then you have just stuck it very lightly with Fevicol or something, and then it's fragile, it's broken already, and you just put it together through some temporary measure, and then any little thing can shatter it. And Baba says that this world right now, the souls, the matter, everything in it is very fragile. But they don't know it. They don't understand that they are fragile. Did you understand before this coronavirus situation? I tell you, when this situation came up, so I was talking to somebody and I said, you see, I have been listening to Baba for 10 years and I have been meditating and I have been doing as he says. But I don't think I did it with so much of appreciation about the truth of what he's talking. I by chance did it, probably, because it was just chance that I was meditating for 10 years. And I did not know that this 10 years of meditation is going to be put to use. It was just, you can call it fortune. And Baba says, you come here because of your fortune. And I was lucky to be meditating for 10 years. And I did not know that this kind of a situation will come up. And although Baba says, you don't think that this is going to happen. So there was no, so you don't understand how fragile you are. Sometimes through just obedience, you keep doing something for many years and then you later on understand that it has helped you. So even with case of BKs who are in practice for 30, 40 years or 10 years or whatever duration, I tell you, it is because of the fortune that we have been doing that. Nobody really understood how fragile we are until this situation came up. And now that this situation has come up, you understand that the body is so fragile that it succumbs to death in a matter of 2 to 3 days. The soul, affected by circumstances, gives up hope in a minute. Relationships give up on you the moment you are affected. And you understand that, it doesn't take even a second to move from hope to despair. So this moment somebody is talking about how the government is and how the vaccine is working or not working, and a lot of political talk and this and that, and the next moment he is detected COVID positive, and that person says, oh my God, only God can save, and everybody should take a vaccine, and we are all in deep waters and we should help each other, and the language changes. And it is out of fear that the language is changing in a second, not realization, because you're not capable of realization. So we are so fragile right now, and Baba says when something is fragile, it is going to crumble very fast. And you see, the world is crumbling apart in your presence. You can see it crumbling apart right around you. People you know are people you have known for years are just falling apart. So when you are in this kind of a situation, what you need power. You need courage. You need the power of peace, the power of happiness, the power of stability, the power to face, so that you are not affected by how people are experiencing life these days and what's going on outside, or you are not affected by what's going on in your body or around you. And second thing is, you can serve. So you have to serve right now, and for that you have to manage your state, and you have to be in a state where you are unaffected and you are so full of power that you can serve others. This is why for years Baba has been saying, draw the light of might into you. Just sit in meditation and draw the light of love, the light of peace, the light of purity into you, because you're going to need it. So we did not know that we will need it. So we thought, what difference does it make if I skip one Amrit Vela? But now is the time we understand what Baba was preparing us for. And Baba was asking us to, just not engage in lust, anger, ego, attachment, greed, whatever happens. And we didn't know why Baba is being so strict, like lust is normal, anger is normal. So what is the problem with Baba? Why Baba is being so fanatic about things? So, but now you understand that when you have blocked those leakages and you have drawn that, so just like this, the light that you see around you is a combination of 7 colors. So the 7 colors of the rainbow combine and they form a white light. And similarly, the light of Baba is the light of 7 qualities: knowledge, purity, peace, love, happiness, bliss, and power. And just like the sun's light has some properties, Baba's light has the property to purify, to clear your chit. So Baba says, Vikarm vinash ho jayenge. Your sins will get burned if you just sit in my awareness and draw that light into you, the being. So if you just perform this spiritual act, then your chit or the inner, the memory track or the inside, the subconscious will get clean. And Baba has been saying this in every Murli. Why? Because if you don't clean the chit, then any little trauma, any little situation outside, and it will trigger something inside of you. You cannot stay unaffected. Gyan won't help. Gyan won't help at that time. You will be triggered badly because that's in your subconscious, and that's why Baba says, just remember me all the time. Keep drawing that light into you. The light of love, light of pure peace, light of purity into you. Because if your heart is still full of those memories of 63 births of wounds and pain and hurt and ego, then whatever is happening outside will affect you. You cannot stay unaffected. And when you are affected, you cannot convince anybody to not be affected. It doesn't work like that. So this is why the Amrit Vela, this is why the purity, this is why, the lifestyle, everything. This is why Baba has taught us, don't depend on physical health. Depend on spiritual health. Depend on internal stability. Baba has given us the law, swasthiti se swasthya. Even if the body is not well, practice, I am a soul and I am fine. Baba has told us, don't depend on money to make you feel happy. Adopt a simple lifestyle. Simple food, simple lifestyle. Because if you have not adopted simplicity, then wealth can cause sorrow to you. Baba is asking us to build all relationships with him because those other relationships are going to change. Baba has asked us to experience fulfillment in giving, not taking. So seva should fulfill you, not taking. Baba says, change this equation with fulfillment. And Baba says, if you have done this inner work and changed your relationship with your body, with relationships, with wealth, with, seva, and if you have invested in Baba's task rather than, deriving sensual pleasure out of it, then you will be in a state where they will not be able to deceive you because you have done good karma with it. If you have only utilized it to bring sensual pleasure to you, that's not good karma that you've done out of your wealth and body and other stuff. If you adopt a simple lifestyle, what do you do to the wealth? Throw it away. You invest it in seva. What do you do to your health? Instead of just focusing all your energy on physical health, if swasthiti is what is giving you, fulfillment, you invest your body in seva. You invest your relationships in seva. Don't bother about whether they love you or not love you, or whether they are happy with you or not happy with you. Serve them. Send them messages. Tell them that this is what is the call of time. Don't be worried about they getting angry. Use your relationships to serve, to create a good karmic account of doing good karma. People come to your place when you call them for a party, right? Yes, that is the power of relationships. Have you used that power to bring them to take a course? You have a power in your relationships, don't you? You exercise that power when you want somebody to go accompany you to the market or to the movie theater, or when you want them to come for a party, you exercise that power, don't you? Have you exercised that power to make them undertake a spiritual course? You can do that. I remember there was one Mata, and her husband her husband never came to the center, and she came every day. And then one day she said, "Why don't you come to the center with me?" So I said, "No, no, I don't do these things." So she said, "Well, I don't do many things, but I do it for you. So you better do this for me, otherwise the equation is going to change." So from tomorrow, I stop doing the things I do for you and only do the things I like to do. So her husband got so scared, he just got up immediately, wore his clothes, and came without another question. And then he came and he sat through the session. And then he said, "I actually liked it. It is not so bad." So do you get it that have you used the body or the relationships or the money in seva? And if you've done that, then these things will not be able to deceive you. And if you have formed a relationship with Baba in order to provide you with a state of stability and to give you a feeling of having good relationships and a feeling of, if you followed Srimad and created a lifestyle which is simple, and you have started living in simplicity and experiencing fulfillment in that simplicity, and then if you have understood the value of seva and you have found that seva is what gives you happiness, then you are prepared for these times. And even if you have come now, it's not late. And I feel that right now, Baba is like, if I could, just give a number to it, if Baba was, had opened himself up to 10 degrees, now he's 100 degrees open. And I feel these times are magical, because when this whole situation about giving online classes came up, I used to think, I don't know whether, this sustenance can be given online, or whether souls can feel Baba online, or we always thought that the center's environment is very important or something. But no, it's not like that. And Baba is giving his experience, his sustenance, everything, 100% in this online medium also. And I have seen some very good children of Baba come out of these classes, and it really makes me wonder how people with small intellects, they just doubt Baba. And sometimes you think that Baba is limited, and because of the center, Baba will work, or this way or that way, Baba can work like Baba is limitless. So Baba can work as a wonder, and Baba is doing that wonder. So you can achieve what people have achieved in 10 years, 20 years, 50 years, if you just do it 6 months. But you have to do it like they do it today. after 50 years. Okay, so if you really practice that much, then I don't think it will take a long time for you to reach there, because the odds against you are very high right now. So you're practicing in the presence of a lot of adversities, and because of that, Baba is giving you extra power. So if you put in your best, then you could become the best. And Baba has told this law that last so fast so first. So the ones who will come at the last will go very fast, and they might even go and be the first. So do you want to be the last so fast so first? Who amongst you promise that we will make that effort and become that? Raise your hand. Yes. So this is the commitment Baba needs. And if you do that, Baba is going to not only ensure that you stay fine, but you become the instrument, and lots of souls will take benefit from your state of courage and power, and they will be pulled into a different situation. And if we could be of this spiritual seva right now, then we will be remembered as the deities, and people will remember us for 2500 years when they are in sorrow. So this is what you need to do. And always think about, even if somebody comes to you in a very low state, do not let that state affect you. Do not take sorrow. You have to be so full, so knowledgeful, so powerful, so full of happiness and peace, that when somebody comes to you, you can stay in your constant state of happiness and peace, and just give that to the other person in words, in thoughts, in actions. Even if you serve a glass of water, that water will work like a medicine for that soul, because you touched it, you radiated that vibration into it. If you are in that state, you must understand the need of the hour and do the service that is required. And in order to maintain that state, be very aware of your thoughts. Because what your thoughts can do is, they can take you on a different road. And your thoughts are very influenced by what you hear, what you see, the atmospheres. So always this conscious thinking about what Baba is saying. Don't let yourself go off track. When you are on a highway and then you just take a wrong turn, and then you realize you took a wrong turn, it takes you a while before you can come back to taking the right turn. And you have to drive a long way. So thoughts are like that. If you take the wrong turn, if you go into this why, and the world is sorrowful, and is it okay to be happy, and these thoughts are the wrong turn. They are not in consonance with Gyan. And then you become lost. And then it takes you a long while before you can actually come and take the right turn. So be very aware to not take the wrong turn. I told you about morality yesterday, and morality is a big one. Morality makes you take the wrong turn always. It will make you sensitive, and it will make you feel like you're doing something wrong by not being sorrowful and other stuff. And then you take the wrong turn, and then you lose it. And for 2 days you weep and cry, and then you are sorry and sorrowful, and then ultimately you realize what Baba is telling you. So don't do that. These are times where every second is precious. Stay in constant awareness. Stay knowledgeful. Retain your energy. Don't lose your spiritual energy. And if you are vibrating at the right frequency, you will become an instrument for many. You know, people seek what you have within you to provide them with. Every person knows what you can give, and they only ask that from you. So if you want to be a spiritual provider, you should be full of that spiritual stock. And then people will come to you and ask that from you. I will tell you, when I used to commute to my office, there was a traffic light in between, and there were many eunuchs there who used to just, come and ask for alms to passengers, and people who used to stop at the traffic light. And they never asked me for alms. When they came to me, I used to be in an open auto, and I was not even in a car, so that there could be some distance, and they would just come and tell me, give us some blessings, and you, how are you, and are you fine, and we are good, and they would just chat away and go. They know what to ask from whom. Everybody knows what to ask from whom. Why are only people asking you for money? Because you're in money consciousness. If you are peaceful, if you're loveful, if you're happy, they will ask you for that. And if you give that, then that is a permanent thing to give. You give food, another 3 hours the person is hungry again. And again you don't give food, they shout at you. So one time you give food, they tell you thank you, and the second time you are not able to provide them, they tell you you have become a miser and you don't care, and you have a stone heart right now, and then they abuse you for the same thing. So this temporary help doesn't help. But if you give them knowledge, if you give them love, if you give them power, that's a permanent thing. They can access it over and over again whenever they want. So Baba says, fill yourself with these treasures. Watch out for leakages. Don't allow yourself to go astray. And provide these. There is a reason why I love you so much, and why I am taking so much good care of you. And you have to become that pillar who I am looking forward to. Okay? So this is today's Murli, and let me read out the blessing to you. The blessing is, may you become an embodiment of authority by having awareness of yourself, and make every action of yours a discipline. So Baba says, Brahma Baba had an intoxication. He had a spiritual nasha that whatever I do, others are following. So, Brahma Baba knew that my sanskars are creating a sanskriti. My actions are creating a culture. So Baba performed every action with that awareness. And every BK, whatever they are doing today, is what Brahma Baba started. Shiv Baba gave the Gyan, but then Shiv Baba didn't tell what Gyan in action would look like. So Brahma Baba took that Gyan and he pondered over it, contemplated it, and then he performed the action, keeping in view that if I do this, then others are copying it. So, do you have the intoxication that whatever I am doing in the whole day, the whole world is copying it? Just think about this. It's a very powerful thing to have in your awareness. Just forget all the barriers, forget the walls, forget everything. Just know that you are sitting on an open stage and whatever you are doing, everybody is watching and copying. And this is the spiritual truth. And if you stay in that awareness, then you will realize that you can actually be a game changer in how the world is operating now and in the future. So this is about the blessing, and the slogan is, make the pillar of purity strong, and this pillar will work like a lighthouse. So I told you this in the session today, and that is what summarizes the whole session. So your purity will work like a pillar, and you can be the guiding light for several others if you just work on your individual purity. Om Shanti.